Everybody is talking about the statement by Macron, and I get an impression that that's some kind of a meme. When somebody says the statement by Macron, everybody starts smiling, and it has some, well, sense to it because he contradicts himself. Sometimes it's wishful thinking. The other thing is that when I answered the previous question, I said that unfortunately, Western Europe and the EU has failed its functions as a guarantor of anything on the European continent over the past decade, and I gave you specific examples to that. Probably we can deliberate on that, and for that to happen, they could present some kind of a success story, how they successfully guaranteed something to somebody, and in that case, we could understand what they are talking about. And last but not least, let us advise them not to ponder in hypothetical terms, but to use the current realities on the ground, building upon their past experience, and given the fact that they should be responsible for what they say. Let us wish them this. Thank you. And the second question, if I may, it has to do with 147th anniversary of the liberation of Bulgaria from Russian and Turkish war. There is a national holiday in Bulgaria, and this war is sacred in the history of our countries. Since, thanks to the fraternal victory that resulted in our independence, we continue to cherish it, and we appreciate the liberator soldiers. We cherish historical memory, and we look forward to the celebration on March 3rd. And a question to this regard: given this historic date, will there be any official congratulations via diplomatic or other official channels, and what is needed to revitalize Russia-Bulgaria dialogue at the official level to have positive development of our bilateral relations, and what can you wish to Bulgarian people on this occasion? You are right, the national holiday of Bulgaria is inextricably linked with Russia. It is celebrated on March the 3rd, the day of the signing of the peaceful treaty following the war of 1877-1878. The war resulted in a long-awaited freedom, and it restored the peace on the Bulgarian state with the selfless assistance of the Russian Empire. Those who want to understand the genuine spirit of Russia-Bulgaria friendship and relations and mutual understanding should visit the Shipka monument to see how important this holiday is. We thank many Bulgarian citizens who cherish the memory of Russian soldiers.
That's why the wish from the outside to destroy Russia-Bulgaria relations, both within in Bulgaria, there's anti-Russian, Russophobe minority. There's vandalism against our monuments, our joint monuments. There have been a lot of things. There were attempts to prohibit annual events in Shipka. There was a proposal from Bulgaria to change the date. But I hope that it won't happen, because we cannot rewrite Russia. Over the last year, the diplomats in Bulgaria do not receive invitations, and history cannot be rewritten. It can be only truthful; otherwise, it's lies to ourselves. The practice of mutual greetings was suspended by the Bulgarian side. I do not want to enumerate all those Russophobe actions, but I would like to seize the opportunity and to congratulate our Bulgarian friends and brothers with the upcoming anniversary. We wish them everything good. We are tied by our common values, spiritual heritage. That is a key factor that define the Russia-Bulgaria relations. I know that this will be this way. Is Anadolu with us? Yes, Madam Zakharova, good afternoon. We have the questions about the Middle East. The first one, Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, recently said that the Israeli army will still be present in the Golan Heights for indefinitely. It means that Israel attacks on the facilities in Syria continue. How does Moscow evaluate actions of Israel? We talked many times that we believe that Syria's sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity should be respected, and everyone should comply with the norms of the international law and to prevent further escalation. It concerns Israel as well, who violate the Syria-Israel agreement of 1974. We're seriously concerned about the situation, and because it further destabilizes the situation that is already quite difficult in the country. Question 2. Israel continues to block humanitarian aid to Gaza Strip. As a result, 6 babies died, according to Hamas. How does Moscow evaluate these actions of Israel? As far as I understand, humanitarian aid continue to come to Gaza Strip. We also already answered your question to your outlet. We called on all the parties and continue doing so to comply with the deal signed in February, signed earlier. I have only this information for now. And the last question, if I may, it's also about Gaza. President of the U.S., Donald Trump, showed a video where On and Netanyahu have arrested in Gaza. Is it going to deteriorate the situation in Gaza somehow? I think that in the first question, even in the context of another country, I said the key phrase: we have to do everything not to deteriorate, but to improve the situation. These tactics of the White House, such way of expressing things, such challenges, we'll see what this will lead and how it is going to contribute to the improvement of the situation, and I would like to hope so. It's too early to judge and to jump to any conclusions. Let us give them some time so that we can comment on with facts. But until the administration in the White House works only for 2 months, so let us wait and comment on later. I would like to say that Palestinians themselves should express their opinion about this. Colleagues, I have an opportunity to answer only one question. I know that there are a lot of questions and will answer them individually. Let us answer the question to Lenta.ru. Good afternoon. We have a couple of questions. The leader Friedrich Merz, who talked about the support to Ukraine. He talked about the restoration of relations with Russia. How serious, in your opinion, are these statements, and what can we expect of the German government in general? Sergei Lavrov commented on this only yesterday. First, again, we define our role in history and in the situation by ourselves. It is defined by our constitution, and it is not us who should give such evaluations. Probably he started to expand his constituency. I don't know. We identified ourselves. We put everything down in the main law in the country. So I don't see an opportunity to further comment on this. For self-determination, you don't have to look somewhere. This is an important element of self-identification. We know our history. That's why we care about it. That's why we are prepared to defend it. We know how we want to see our country in future. We can say that we agree with some evaluations, with some we don't, but we don't have to hear from others who we are. We know it very well. We articulated it on our own, and we also put it down in our own constitution. We are a country and a civilization. As to the outcomes of the elections, Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister of Russia, commented on it only yesterday, and the outcome say that the policies of the previous administration didn't age well, and I won't go into statistics of the voting. Our embassy in Berlin commented on that and on them. As to the statements of the presidential candidates, they were political. Now statesmen are going to make statements, so we will proceed and from their statements and from certain steps that they're going to take against our country in particular. We never looked for a conflict with anyone. The deterioration in relations with Germany happened not because of us, and the philosophy and policy of Berlin will be followed by us and considered. We didn't receive any signs about their interest to restore interstate dialogue. That's all I can say for now. Colleagues, I would like to wrap up the briefing. Everyone who sent us questions earlier, you will find your answers.